I drafted this 900-piece Lego set. I'm going to show you some of the pieces that I hauled away and tell you a little bit about some of the mocks I intend to use them for right here on Boone Builds. Hi there, welcome back to Boone Builds. I recently met up with some of my friends from the Portland Lego Users Group, and we did a draft of this 900-piece classic Lego set. I'll tell you a little bit more about a draft, but I want to show you the pieces that I got from this set and tell you a little bit about what I'm going to use them for. Let's check it out. So a Lego draft is basically an event where people can come together, you all bring the same Lego set, you dump out the parts, you sort each individual unique element into sorting cups, and then we have an app and we just randomly draw people's names, and just like any other, kind of like a sports draft, but we go down the list and people get to pick their parts, and you just take turns picking parts. And basically what that allows you to do is you go home with roughly the same number of pieces, kind of on average you go home with the same number of pieces, but you go home with a smaller variety and higher quantities. So let's say with this box, there's one that looks like a 4x10 plate in dark bluish gray. So if I buy this box, I get one of those elements. But if I choose that element in a draft with 8 people, then I'll go home with 8 of that element, and that might help me, if I'm using it in a building where I need, the floors to be all the same or something like that. There's lots of different applications for, but then let's go up to something here that has a higher quantity, like, let's just say, this tan 2x4 brick. It says that there's 4 in this box. So in a group of 8, we'd eat, if you selected that in your draft pick, you'd go home with 24 of those. Instead of having just 4, you'd now have 24 of those, and you can use that to build big mocks and stuff. So I'm gonna dump this out and we'll see what I got in this draft. Okay, lots of stuff here. There were a number of things that I was thinking about. Oh, there's my Ziploc bags. I take a box of Ziploc bags to each draft so that as I take my draft pick, I put it in its own unique Ziploc bag. That helps me out a lot when I'm sorting in the future. I don't have to go back through this draft and sort everything out. It's sort of all ready there for me. One interesting thing I grabbed here was some eyeballs, and I wasn't sure what I was going to use that for when I drafted this, but I was thinking about building a mock centered around a book that one of my daughters really likes, and I could use these eyeballs for the characters in that book mock. Okay, there's a number of pink things here, so I've got pink 1x2 45-degree slopes. I've got pink 2x2 bricks. A lot of those, that's good. I've got these pink palisade bricks. So these are the 1x4 bricks that have, sort of like the, these came out with like the Western Fort sets back in the 90s, but it's sort of like that vertical column kind of look to those. So we got a number of those, and then a bunch of pink 1x4 plates and pink 1x2 bricks. What I intend to use those for is I've been wanting to build Pee-wee's Playhouse in sort of a construction scale for quite a while. I'm not sure when I'm going to get started on that. I've been collecting some pieces, but there's like 1 or 2 large pink walls in that playhouse, so I'll probably use those for that. We'll move along here. Let's see. Everything that is green, the neon green and purple, this stuff is all intended for, how do I say it without completely giving it away? I'll just say a large Buzz Lightyear related build. I'm not quite ready to say more about it right now, but the neon, I'm sorry, this is lime green. The lime green, the white, the purple, the various shades of purple, I'm going to use in kind of a large Buzz Lightyear kind of layout. So here we've got lime green 2x4s, lime green 2x2s. Let's see, here we've got the lime green round 2x2 brick and lime green inverted 1x2 45-degree slopes there. We've got 1x4 lime green bricks. This is, I don't know the color of this. I don't know if this is, you know, light purple, or I have a feeling it's called something, maybe it's lavender. I don't know the name of this color. If you know the name of this color, you're welcome to leave it in the comments section below. And I'm happy to learn something new every day. So these are 2x4s, and I will just kind of use this as purple. And then we've got sort of this dark purple here. These are 2x2 sort of round over bricks with 2 studs on top. And then we've got 1x3 plates. We've got 2x2 round tiles there. And let's see, this is a 1x1 transparent purple brick. Let's see, moving on, what else we got here? I'll probably end up using the white items for that as well. You know, I think white... Buzz Lightyear is very, very, very light gray, so some of the action figures end up being white. I think his spaceship, you know, his spaceship when it was released as a Lego set was predominantly white. So I think that's what I'll be using these for, is that same build. Here we've got 2x2 bricks. We have 1x1x3 bricks, and we have 2x2 45-degree slope bricks here. Moving on. Let's see. I've got green 2x4 bricks, and those are probably just going to end up being filler. This is the same basic set here of 2x4 bricks in tan. These may end up being filler. I think I'm also going to work on something for, you know, a post-apocalyptic build for Bricks Cascade coming up here in February, and these might end up going into that because I'm going to need a lot of browns and tans and dark grays and stuff like that for sort of a post-apocalyptic look. But these greens probably just going to end up being filler inside a mock that you'll never see. Let's see. I grabbed these yellow 2x8 plates just because I like them. I love the color yellow. I find 2x6 and 2x8 plates to be very useful in builds, so I snagged these. Here's some more lime green that'll go into that Buzz Lightyear build. These are 1x2 bricks. We're now getting down to some of my last draft picks. Actually, I take that back. This one was my very first pick in this draft. It is 1x2 yellow transparent yellow. This is not, you know, neon. This is just standard transparent yellow, similar to what you would have seen in like classic space builds or you know, Lego Batman movie builds. I love both of those themes, so I snagged these transparent yellow because there's really not a whole lot of this out there. You know, I think there's more now than there was probably 10 years ago, but cool color, and I snagged those at the very beginning of the draft. A little bit more purple here. These are 1x1 bricks. And then, let's see. I like building Batman stuff, so, you know, I grabbed just a couple of the selections in black. This here might actually be kind of hard to tell through. Black is really hard to see on camera. This is a 1x3 slope there. And then these are 2x4 bricks. You know, so the cool thing, like I said earlier, you go into a draft, you come home with a smaller amount of variety, but a greater amount, you know, a greater quantity of each item. And of course, you know, there's things you want that you miss out on because, you know, everybody gets a turn for each round. So there's some things that I would have loved to take home from this box, and I didn't get the chance, but that's okay. That's just kind of the way drafts go. I'm really happy with the things that I ended up with. Some things that I ended up grabbing later on in the draft are the red and green. There's some transparent red 1x1 round bricks here, and some transparent green 1x1 round bricks here. And I just thought that, you know, I could use these somewhere in that Buzz Lightyear build and probably use them on other things. Buzz has like one of his wings blinks red and one of his wings blinks green, so I thought maybe I'll use these somewhere in that build. Let's see, here we've got 2x2 2x2 45-degree slope bricks. And this is also a color that I don't know the name of. I don't know if it's like dark azure or, you know, some sort of light pale blue or, I don't know, neon. I don't know what it is, but these are cool. I like the color. I don't know what I'll use these for, but I chose them, you know, later on in the draft when I wasn't quite sure, but I like them, so I got them. We've got some, this was probably down to like some of my very last picks here was the levers. You know, I feel like these levers are pretty common, but, you know, it's something that I don't really think to grab, you know, when I'm digging through like used bulk, or if I see them other places. I don't think I actually have a whole lot of these in my collection, so I was happy to take these home. Then we've got these modified plates that it's a 1x2 plate in red with this handle on the side. And I think maybe I'll stack these up and use it as like the ladder on the side of a wall or something like that. And then finally, the 1x1 round plates in yellow. I have no idea what I'm going to do with these. This may have been my last draft pick, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to have this kind of little thing to, you know, throw into a mock for detail, or to just like fill in where you just need like one little 1x1 by 1/3 gap to be filled. That could be useful for this. So that was my haul after drafting this 900-piece Lego set. If you want to participate in a Lego draft, I would encourage you to get online, check out what Lego user groups are in your part of the world. And I'd love to invite you to subscribe to Boone Builds. Until next time, build on.